Yes, dear students, 7th class. Today we are going to start one new chapter, the Delhi Sultans. So, in chapter 2, we saw that regions like the Kaveri Delta became the center of large kingdoms. As I have told you, why the Kaveri Delta became the important areas for the rest of the kingdoms. Kaveri Delta. Why the people they wanted to control this area? The reason being availability of water, second thing fertile soil. So these were the reason why the people they try to control the that Kaveri Delta area. So this was because Delhi became an important city only in the 12th century. Up to that time, nobody has highlighted Delhi or wanted to highlighted me. They wanted to make their, you can say, the capital. So they didn't want to make their capital Delhi. So Delhi first became the capital of a kingdom under the Tomar Rajputs. So Tomar Rajputs were the first rulers, those who make the Delhi as their capital, who were defeated in the middle of the 12th century by the Chauhans. Means some of the areas they also called as the Chahmanas of Ajmer. It was under the Tomars and Chauhans that Delhi became an important commercial center. Here, the commercial center means for the purpose of trading. At that time, the Delhi got the importance as a commercial center. Many rich Jaina merchants they lived in the city and constructed several temples. Coins minted here. Minted here means made. Minted here means made. They means started making the coins also, and it become the center of commercial areas, means center of trading purpose. The people they came here and purchase and sell the different items here, and they also because the minting of coin, or the you can say coins, they were made there, so it become an important area for the traders. So many of the traders they have settled in Delhi, and they also started making temples called Daliwal. Daliwal was the use the word for the coins that were used at that time. So it was a wide circulation. The people, maximum people, they were using that coins. So that Delhi was transferred into a capital. Sorry, in that Delhi was transferred into a capital that controlled the big areas of the subcontinent. Started from the foundation of the Delhi Sultanate in the beginning of the 13th century. Again, identify the five dynasties that together made the Delhi Sultanate. And we are going to read that in this chapter. The Delhi Sultans built many temples in the area. Why they have built the temples in the area? To show their power and wealth. One by one, when they controlled over this territory, they always started making the new temples to show their power and wealth, and to also show the people that they can a good devotees of the god. So this is a map. You can just locate Delhi. I Kunha is the place where they have made the Delhi. That it is there. Okay, and Shri and Janpat also areas. They Siri and Janpat, Hoj Khas. These are the old areas. Now still we are having these areas in the Delhi. So these are areas where have some historic values. Okay, and Now the rulers of Delhi. Yes, my dear students, as we know, कि many of the ruler and the different dynasties they ruled over Delhi. So all of here they are written here in a table form. So I'm just going to discuss. The first one was the Rajput dynasty. The areas they are mentioned here, or the centuries it is mentioned here. First one is the Tomars, Anagyapala, then Chauhans, Prithviraj Chauhan. Then early Turkish rulers. Turkish rulers was the first one, the Kutubuddin Aibak. We will just discuss all such things in the chapter, but let me tell you, after Kutubuddin Aibak was a after that the Shamshaduddin Iltutmish and then Razia. She was a lady ruler at that time, and the people at that time they don't believe that a lady rule over the kingdom or a lady rule over the men. So a very less years, only for 4 years she has ruled. So we'll discuss that story also in the chapter. After that the Ghyasuddin Balban, then the Khalji dynasty, then after that Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. In this table form, from 1130 or 1165 to 1489, up to that they have ruled over the areas, the Rajputs, Turkish, Khalji, Tughlaq, and Lodi dynasty. We are going to discuss one by one in this chapter. So, finding about the Delhi Sultans. Although we are having the different types of inscriptions are with us, coins, uh, inscriptions, coins, biography, autobiographies, and lot of informations, especially valuable, that are histories, Turkish, Tuarish, written in Persian, the language of administration under the Delhi Sultan. So, what was that? Here, one mark question can become that what was the language used by the Delhi Sultans? That was a Persian. So, Persian used by Delhi Sultan. So this was a language which was used by them. So we have found many of the things there, as I've told you, inscriptions, many of the things they have written, but the maximum language it was used at that time, that was the Persian. So authors of different books like the Tuareg, secretaries, administrative poets, countries, sorry, okay, poets, courtiers, means the ministers, those who are having at that time. They advise ruler on different areas, governance, emphasizing the importance of just rule. All the things they have recorded in some areas. They have started the preparing the paper. They were writing the text on that. They were melting gold to highlight the important words and the passages also. They were preparing the binding also. I just want to tell you that no, read this one. They have preparing the paper, writing the text, melting gold to highlighting the important words and phrases. So look how much gold we were having at that time. That the people they are highlighting the text with the gold also. Melted gold they have used at that time. Means a lot of things they are available to us, which told us about the different things about the Delhi Sultans. So one highlighted point is here. So I also want to discuss that with you. A king cannot survive without soldiers, and soldiers cannot live without salaries. Salaries come from the revenue collected from peasants, but peasants can pay revenue only when they are prosperous and happy. This happens when the king promotes justice and honest governance. Yes, my dear students, this is all for the to elaborate our justice. Many of the colors I have used, but still I'm not able to highlighting. Okay, the green one is okay. So dear students, means a circle was going on, that if a king pay attention towards their peasants, they were happy, they were rich, So they pay revenue to the king. So the king, they are kings, they are able to maintain their army, their administrative work, and also uh, they pay attention towards the protecting of their animals. Then means the circle in this way moves from one people to another. The money of circulation of money always move in this manner. So this was the criteria at that time, which just used by the people to highlighting the things. So at that time also, the king just pay attention towards their people, so they pay a good revenue to the kingdom, or so the kingdom they were able to maintain them. So this is all for the day. Next we will do in our next video. Up to that you have to read it very carefully, and if queries are there you can find out that. And one thing more I want to discuss here, you can search some of the more rulers, those who women rulers, those who ruled at that time, and you can write about